Hey guys, welcome back. Tamikaze here, playing some more custom zombies. Gotta get the brightness up a little bit because this map is a little dark, especially in this starting area. Probably doesn't even look much like I adjusted the brightness, didn't it? But I did. Yeah, I thought about cutting that little pause to adjust the brightness thing for you guys. Thought about cutting that out just so you wouldn't have to see me do that, but I wanted you guys to have proof that I actually did brighten it up substantially, and it's still pretty dark. But that's just the way it's going to be for the next few minutes. So, until we get out of here, get out in the open, things will get better. So yeah, this map is called Deadline. Probably more accurately, Deadline version 2. Yeah, not getting that car 98. That thing's like the bane of my existence. But yeah, so I want to say a year and a half ago maybe, maybe longer, the map Deadline was released. And it's, fairly similar to this version with a few changes made that I think were definitely for the better, and I'll touch on those when we see them. The first one was that the original Deadline just started you out in this open field area, and there's a lot of thick grass, and you couldn't run very well, but that didn't stop the zombies from running very well. But yeah, you start out in the wide open, and in this version, of course, you start out in this little room here. I think that gives you an advantage, because then you just have to worry about getting these windows blocked off, and then a few zombies spawn in here. But it does give you a chance to get the necessary points to really kind of start making a stand at a place. So you only need 1750 to get out of that room. Got pretty crazy there for a while, right? But I got some unnecessary points. I got, almost about 1,000 points, more than I really needed, so you can get out of that room quicker. But I gotta have my coffee. Yeah, I'm gonna go back in here. This is like a death wish. Yeah, let's go back and get that insta-kill. Got no jug. And they all come back in here for me. Isn't this great? I almost die. Taking my life in my own hands. Nothing better. Gotta get the adrenaline going, Because this is gonna be a 43-minute video. Split up into 2 parts, though, so you guys don't have to endure it all at once. But yeah, I really like this map a lot. It's kind of what I call a zombie playground. There's probably a half dozen custom zombie maps out there that I consider to be zombie playgrounds, and I just love that. I love just the survivability of maps. A lot of people want maps to be just super challenging, and it's probably because they play with 4 players, and a wide open map would just get kind of boring. Just playing with your buddies and surviving till around 1300 or whatever. But I like survivability. I like being able to get to whatever round I want to get to, pretty much. And seeing the sights, seeing what the map maker put in his map, seeing the effort that he put in it. Fun little stations here and there to hold out in, as long as you can until you gotta make an escape. That's my kind of thing. So yeah, if you've played the first Deadline, you can probably already see some of the differences. One being there's not as much super thick grass in this field area. Another one are these treehouse areas. These buildings are completely redone. They look much better. They are a lot more fun. I think that zip line that he put in there, I think that's new. I don't remember utilizing it in the original version. Also, in the underground area, you might remember there's one of those door behind a door behind a door behind a door things that I just love so much. It ended up being like 4 or 5 2,000 point doors or something like that. Well, he did away with that. Now it's just one 6,000 point door. It's better, you know. At least you know how much you really have to spend up front, which means you don't have to save your pennies, go buy a door. Oh, that wasn't the last door. Save more money, go try it again. Oh, still not the last door. That could get really annoying. So yeah, at least he was straightforward about the cost this time. Another thing I'm doing in this map that I do from time to time is I'm not going to hit the box in my entire run. And you might think, well, it's kind of boring, you know. A lot of the fun of playing a map, watching a map, is just seeing what the person's going to get out of the box. Well, I did a run on this map about a month ago-ish, month or two ago, and the first pull from the box, I got the MG42. I'm like, well, that's cool. It's fun when it happens like that, but for you guys watching this, you can't guarantee you're gonna get a gun as good as that out of the box on the first pull. So I want this to be more like a realistic playthrough. Like, you know, if you don't get good pulls from the box, or you know, if you just get wall weapons like I'm gonna do, can you still survive? And I'm going to show you that yes, you can. You don't have to get lucky at the box and get monkeys and the MG42 and the PPSH all in your first 3 pulls. That would be sweet, but that'd be kind of unfair if I'm showing you guys, you know, my high round strategy or what I do to survive. Really, as long as you want to survive, and but you can see that I'm just relying on getting lucky. So I'm not going to do that. We're gonna go wall weapons this time. I used to hate this STG. Like when I was playing Derice, you know, I don't know, I hated the recoil or something. I think it was just compared to the Thompson, it just felt like it had a ton of recoil. Because it really doesn't have all that much. But yeah, I just hated it. I used to like want to like it so badly because it's got pretty good stopping power, but I just could never get myself to like it. But now I do. Now I like it. It's one of my good old standby weapons. You know, the STG, the MP40, and the Thompson. You know, I'm very, very comfortable playing with those guns, as most people probably are. So okay, so back to that hallway underground, like that underground area that it used to be a super, super long hallway that you could just snipe guys for, you know, zombies for days doing that. Well, you know, and without any zombies spawning in there, it was like the quintessential last stand area. It was the last stand area to end all last stand areas, which made, once you get down there, made it really, really easy mode. And I don't really have a problem with that because I play solo, so having areas like that is really cool. And I kind of wish for solo play the mapper hadn't done away with that. But for team play, yeah, it's totally ridiculous. But yeah, so anyway, so he did away with that, shortened that last stand area substantially. And not only that, but he put riser spawns in there with you, so it's completely unusable. I mean, I think he he kind of like maybe got too many complaints, and we're like, okay, well, fine. You know, you want to complain about this? I will just completely nerf this last stand area, make it completely unplayable, and so you have to run around and do other things. So maybe that was the mindset. Maybe you got tired of getting crap or something like that. I don't know, but I've got to stay out of there, that's for sure. So here's kind of my strategy. I start over by that sandy area, Yeah, over there, where like that hallway. Yeah, straight over there, where those automated gun turrets are. Automated, automatic, whatever. Those gun turret things are, and I don't utilize them because there's no real point. I mean, if you don't kill all the zombies with those turrets, you are completely pinned back there. And so I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna start over here and look at the degrees on here. I got this completely wide open area in front of me where the zombies aren't gonna come too far to my left or too far to my right. It's like a this must be like it's like a 90-degree angle here that I'm working with. Yeah. And so all the zombies just kind of funneling down here toward me, and I get a great view of all of them. And then, so I just start picking guys off, and once guys start getting too close to me, I just take off running. There's always giant holes to run through over here. And so I just run right past them. I circle them up, run around this middle area once or twice or something like that. You know, whatever I have to do to feel comfortable, and then I just turn around and start picking guys off. It's just don't turn around and shoot at the guys too much. Don't think you can just keep running backwards and shooting them, because you know periodically guys will start spawning in behind you and things like that, and you don't want to get hit. Especially now that we don't have Jug, you know, we don't want to take any risks. So just run, do a little shooting, turn around until you know you got all the guys in front of you. If you've got a pretty decent group and the zombie counter is really dwindling down, you know, probably no one else is spawning in, so you can just kind of run and shoot here like I'm doing. But I'm just trying to get as many points as I can. I'm saving money by not hitting the box, you know, because the box is it's just a money pit. I mean, you can throw so much money away in the box and get garbage weapons. You know, it's not like Black Ops, you know, World at War, or at least, you know, using the stock World at War weapons. It's not like Black Ops where you're almost guaranteed to get a better weapon than the one you got. No, you can still get crappy wall weapons out of the box in World at War. So I try not to risk it if I'm trying to do some like high round, something like that. But if I'm just, you know, having a good time messing around by myself, I'll hit the box. But yeah, as soon as I feel like the slightest bit of like a fear that I'm about to be put in a bad spot, then I'm just gonna take off running, and it really does work great. So I'm gonna show you guys not only this strategy. This is like my bread and butter. It's a glorified circle strategy, maybe you could call it that, because I'm not running like super tight circles, which I freaking hate doing. I freaking hate running those Ascension, you know, teleporter pad circle strategies over by the PhD on Ascension. I freaking hate running circle strategies that tight. It's so boring. But if you can utilize a great portion of the map like I'm doing, and turning around and just shooting into the crowd, it's still not as fun as camping, but it's much more enjoyable than just running the super tight circles. So just trying to make some crawlers, make sure I got some crawlers here. I got a good amount of money, and I think at this point I'm going to do a little bit of map exploration, trying to open some stuff up, maybe work on getting some perks, linking those teleporters. And so I'm just trying to show you guys how to do this in just a very easy, very reliable way, very repeatable, because that's what I want to do. In case you're having a tough time with this map and it's like, how the heck do you do this solo? Well, for starters, if you just have the original version of the map, go download this one. I'll try and remember to put the map in the link, or the link in the description. Blech. So you guys can have this version of it. It's a much easier solo play than the original one was. So I need to go find the power now so I can get that jug. I remember when this version was just released, I was super hesitant to download this. I'm not sure why. I think I saw some pictures of the map on ZM, and I thought it looked, for whatever reason, I thought it looked bad or worse or something like that than it really was. But I'm glad I took a chance on it, and I'm not sure what made me want to take a chance on it in the end. Maybe I just wanted to see if this was, maybe just curiosity finally got to me. But yeah, so I downloaded this one and just discovered just how much better that I personally think it is than the original one, minus that giant camping area, which would have been fun to have for solo play. Alright, got the power on. I'm gonna get some. You die. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go down, open up some stuff. Maybe I'll get yeah, I think I get the PPSH now. Wall weapon though, so it's not cheating. Alright, let's make this happen. 6,000 points? Yeah, this area used to be much, much longer. Yeah, I think the original videos I saw were the guys at NGT, the original crew with Bentley, Hypermole, Meatwagon, and Spider playing these. It was like one of those insanely long video series, like I don't know, what, like 6 or 7 parts to it or something like that. But it was a great video series. If you haven't seen those, the NGT videos on here from way back in the day, you should check it out. It's pretty entertaining. Where are you going? So you get some jug. You die. Maybe I linked the teleporter. Yeah, I remember thinking that like it's impossible to link all these teleporters with just one person, because one of them is underground there where you have to take that that elevator. So it's like no way you can do it, but you can. So don't give up. Hang in there. You'll be cutting it close, and you may not get it the first try, but I promise you can do it, because I will show you how. Also, you may have noticed there to my left, there's that question mark. That's satchel charges for 2 grand, I believe. And you get them new every round. You don't have to wait for a max ammo. You get more satchel charges every round. So I am a lover of explosives, so I will get as many explosives that are available to me, which means I will get the Bettys also, because I love explosives. And I will utilize them too in a very fun manner. It will be entertaining for all. Trust me. So yeah, just killing some zombies way out here, where I got them all nice and in front of me. Okay. Man, I'm a sissy. I'm wasting no time taking off running. That's alright. It's better to live and fight another day. Is that how that goes? Gotta loop all these guys up. Loop. Don't want to get trapped. Yeah, then I'm starting to get a little bit more brave in how I'm looping these guys up. I want to get them into a really tight group, so I'm trying some shenanigans to get them all lumped up. I just want to maximize my points. Man, these guys want to stay spread out. That's alright. It won't keep you from dying. So yeah, I'm just trying to get a ton of points, trying to get everything opened up, teleporters linked. I will utilize almost all the buildings at one point just to kind of show you how they all work. The reason I don't do it more is like it is very easy if when you're playing by yourself to get yourself trapped in any of the buildings. It's much better to stay out here. And then if you want to play around, you know, running like up that squared spiral staircase up to that, yep, that treehouse up there. Wait till there's like, you know, 10, 15 zombies left. So worst comes to worst and you get pinned, you have a pretty good chance of just mowing all the zombies down before they overtake you. But doing it with like 30, 40 zombies and just running up those stairs, you're really rolling the dice because it's going to be hard to get out of the other building if you do take that little tram thing across. It's going to be tough to get out of any of the buildings. You know, once you're on top of the building. So if you're gonna try and get crazy, wait till there's a few less zombies than when than 30 or 40 or whatever, however many spawn in on the round you're on. Alright, this video is about over, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Like, thumbs up, tell your friends, subscribe, comment, please. I'm Tamikaze, and I'm out.